Hi, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. I have a fun card for you today, and you may feel like if you follow my channel regularly that I've been missing, but the reason I've been missing is because I had a couple of online classes go out. So I have made 15 different projects. If you are a part of the Christmas prep class, that video will post later today, our first one in that. So here's some of the 15 different projects that have posted for the girls in the class. So I wanted to just bring you up to date on some of those. The holiday try it class, I am totally out of kits. I made a few extra and they got snatched up like as soon as I said I had a few extra. So for that, there were 10 cards. So 10 of those projects were part of that class. And so when I tell you in January, well, it'll be in December, probably towards the middle to end of November, when I tell you that the January celebration catalog try it class is ready, sign up for that because it will probably fill, because I'm really at capacity for how many I can make before my husband divorces me, because it's a ton of work because it's 10 projects and there's a lot of you that sign up. So it really does take us a lot of time to prep for that class. So that's really why it fills up. And then we just do a couple of extras. And partly the reason I do extras is because I'm afraid I'm not going to make enough for all of you that did pay. And so then when I get to the end and I figure out that everybody does have one, then that's how many extras I have. So when that one comes and I tell you sign up, then sign up. Because it's a really fun class, and there are 10 of those cards in here that were for that. And then my In the Pines class went out yesterday, or it's mailed out, and the classes for that have posted, and the Christmas prep has posted. Now for the Holiday Try It Club, if you want to see what it was, you can get online access for that. And then for the In the Pines class, I'm going to open a second session of that, and that will be coming up. And then I have my my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine class coming up. And I have a class for the Love of Leaves. I have a class for the Gilded Pines. I have a class for the Fireplace. I can't remember the name of it. So all of those are getting posted. I have the registration for this one is up. So make sure you're on my email list. And this week, I actually have a girls' weekend coming up. So we're super excited about that. We're leaving town. We're not going far, but we are leaving town. And so I'm going to try to get an email with all the links as many of the classes. Some of them aren't taking place until November, but those are up. So this one is up. So I wanted to show you this stamp set and remind you that this class is up. So it's the Love of Leaves. This card's going to be super cute, not in the class, but it would be another card that you could do once you have the kit. For this one, you can buy two options. Most all of my classes have just an online access, so you can just watch the videos and get your own stuff. That's great if you live in another country, because I can't sell you the stuff, or if you're already a demonstrator and you have the things, or if you've already purchased it from me or from somebody else. Or you can get the bundle and all of the card supplies then come to you. So when you get it, you can stamp along with me. So for this one, you need your Stamparatus. You don't hardly need anything for this one. And I have a half a sheet of vanilla cardstock cut long ways. So let's go ahead and fold this in half. And usually for my classes, you don't need a lot of extra supplies if you get the kit class. Like for the In the Pines, I just said you needed some greens, some browns, yellows, and then I just gave you suggestions of what colors might work. So this is the birch background and Sahara sand. I'm just going to kind of drag it on here. It doesn't, for this one, I don't want it to be terribly dark. So I have found with this one, kind of just press it on here first. And you can see where it gets those smudgy marks. We don't want the smudgy marks because, you know, birch trees don't have smudgies. So put it on there and then just kind of pull that out. You don't want to drag all your ink off. So get it on there first and then pull it. But this, I want it to be light. And then just put your card in here. And you don't need to worry about a magnet or anything because it's going to stamp the whole background. So just kind of lay it in there and just push this on here and then just give it a nice press everywhere. And you can see I still need a little bit right there. The card tends not to lift up on this one because it's a double folded over card. There we go. And it's a little dark there. That was where I kind of drug it on there. But it kind of gives just a nature look. And because I'm going to stick my leaf panel on there. So there we go. And this does dry lighter. So it'll start out a little darker and then go lighter. And then because, you know, I'm a huge fan of getting your sentiment stamped on there before you ruin it. And then do everything else and then put your words on last and like, oh, crud. I just ruined it because I got my words on wrong. I just pulled the words out of this set and it says, I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm going to go ahead and get those on there. It's harder to ruin the photopolymers, but it does happen. So there you go. Just have those on in a little black in the corner. And then this is our brushed metallic cardstock. When you get the pack of this, you get all 3 colors in the one pack, which is nice. And then we're going to use the dies that come with the Love of Leaves. I love these. I love the stamps and I love the dies. At first, it wasn't even one of the sets that was on my first order or my second or my third or my fourth. But when I got it, that was when I decided to do a class with it because I'm like, oh, this is fabulous. So I've just cut this little piece of metallic just in a rectangle that's the same size as this. So you put the stitched in first, and then I'm going to lay the little cutout piece in with it. And then when you do this, anytime you use the foil, you want to have a new plate on top, because if you have one that has a bunch of cuts in it, then they're going to transfer onto your foil, and you're going to be like, where'd all those marks come from? And they came from your plate. If you have the old machine, then the new plates that have the 3s on them, just the cutting plates, they do work in your machine. So you can get new plates if you're not replacing your machine. If you get a new machine from me in September, at the beginning of September, not only will you be able to take part in my classes, but you get a free folder of your choice. So let's see this. See how it does that pretty stitched all around? And then look at these. You could just cut a ton of these and use them on all kinds of projects. You could make a whole wreath out of those. Aren't those pretty? So that's that. And then if you just keep one of these, in fact, if I was just me, Cheri personal stamper, I would write on this foil. And then as my personal own thing, I would not ever use this for anything but foil. And then it would never get cuts in it, because it could always just be the one you use on top. So this card's almost finished. That's how fast it is. So we're going to take this piece here. And then this is the ribbon out of the Trimming the Town suite. It comes in red and olive. You get both of them in the little combo pack. So just tie it around the bottom of your square. And up here towards the top of where your leaf's going to go, where it meets the stem of the leaf. This is a good card for all of you that are bow challenged because it doesn't take a bow. So just tie a knot there. I did try to keep it, which was easier when I wasn't on camera and it's in front of you. I tried to keep this so it wasn't twisted on the front. But if it twists on this one, so be it. Let me see if I can do it one more time. Because I could either take my glasses off or move it so I could see it better. And there, maybe I got it that time. It's still twisted. Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to have it flat. So just pull that so it has a little knot. I can probably twist it on the back. And then you're going to take one of the acorns, and these are from the Gilded Autumn, and that is one of the classes that I have right now in class. In fact, that class is free. To get the free class, all you have to do is buy the suite from me, and then you're in the class for free. These are so much fun. They're really heavy. My girlfriend made me earrings out of them, so I can't wait till it's a little bit more fall, and then I'll be wearing those. They have a nice big loop on the top. I cut this ribbon way too long. But that's okay. It's always better to cut your ribbon way too long and have plenty to work with than too short and sit and fiddle with it, because there's nothing more frustrating than fiddling with your ribbon. So just pull that on here and just pull it right up to where that is, and then just tie another knot. See, I told you, no bow. So if you're one of those people and you're like, oh, I can't do bows, this card's perfect for you. And just pull it tight. I didn't want to do another knot because I didn't want there to be a huge like, oh, there's a knot. And I think that one's just perfect to hold it. So now you have this. Flip that over and then you just need seal. Make sure you get it on all 4 pieces so your ribbon can't ever slip off. Because if it's sealed all the way in there, then it's not coming off. Put that on there. On other card, if you use a regular foil, at this point you might take a tissue and wipe off fingerprints. The brush foil is nice because it doesn't hold the fingerprints. And here's a little trick for you. We're going to take the stem and right here at the top, just snip that off. And then take 2 dimensionals and add those to the top of your leaf. And slide that in there. Right there. And then go back and get your stem. And mine flew under this. And then just take off a little bit more at the top of that, because we want it to match, but it's the acorn's now in the way. And then take your dimensionals and all those little pieces here that are always just on the side, just cut a tiny bit of this off. And then take it and take one of the backs off of it. And stick it in the little hole. Well, now it's stuck to my finger. And then take your stem, and you're gonna need to snip a tiny bit off the top of that. And stick your stem back in. That way it fills in the whole hole, but you're not fighting that acorn right there. And then these are our red rhinestones, and they're just from the annual catalog. They were in our, okay, it's another card of stuff that was laying on my desk, because the rhinestones and this ribbon, I think the ribbon, I know the rhinestones, were in the Pines class. And it's a stunning card. That was maybe my favorite card from the In the Pines, and totally unexpected, I think. The girls who are in the class would be able to, if they took that class, they could comment on this and say which was their favorite card without giving it away, because, you know. So how easy peasy, so pretty. This actually covers up the twisty and the ribbon, so I'm gonna let it doing that way. Here's my other one. I mean, there's not much you could do. You can see that's getting a little bit lighter already. It happened the same on here, but it goes with the rough wood look. So if you're interested in taking any of my online classes, they're so super fun. Make sure you're on my email list, or you can just go over to my website. When you go to my blog, there is a link at the top, and it says stamping. And then when you hit that, the drop-down menu says 2020 online classes. And can I tell you just a little secret? I'm going to be really glad when I can change that to 2021, because who's hoping that 2021 has some better things in store for us than 2020? But that's what I have for you today if you're in the Christmas prep class. And if you're wondering what that is, for the next, I don't know, it's a lot of weeks. It's through the middle of November. Every Tuesday, they're going to get a little Christmas project video. So today's is super fun, and it is all based on the year 2020. So each week it may be cards, it may be tags, it may be a little gift idea. We're going to do all kinds of different things. Some of them will be a little bit more on the craft side than on the card side, which is always fun. So that class, you can sign up for that one all the way into November if you want. But the idea is that we're prepping for Christmas. So the longer you wait to get signed up for it, the less time you have to prep. But that one you can sign up for. And that one, it's just an online thing to watch the videos. You don't have to buy anything. So everybody have a great day. And if you're in the Christmas prep class, be watching for your link later today. Bye.